have a very daunting task to check off our bucket list. We are going to attempt to make one of the most fluffy, delicate pastries in the French baking world, and that is the macaroon, some call the macaron. Anyway, I've avoided this challenge for many, many years. I love to bake, but I've heard so many horror stories of mess-ups, macaroon mess-ups. But today, I'm going to tackle the challenge. All right, our first step of this very daunting challenge is to load up your food processor. Now, I don't have a legitimate food processor. I have a blender, and I'm crossing my fingers that it will work. Joshua, however, got me this bougie almond flour. We're gonna see how it does. So it's 1 cup. And then 2 cups of powdered sugar. 3/4 teaspoon of sea salt. I'm a little uneasy about this decision to use a smoothie maker instead of a food processor, because the flour is supposed to be light and fluffy and airy, but it's like it condensed it. It almost did the opposite of what I wanted. So we'll just move on. And then this also is not a super fine sifter, but because we live in somewhat of a small town, this is all we got. See how thick this lump of flour is? That should not have happened. But maybe the sifter will reduce all that. It's like little flour turds. We are going to take these room temperature egg whites and create some stiff peaks. Now it's time to gradually put the sugar in the egg whites, but this thing has to be on while you do it. So 2 things at one time. Let's see if I can manage. So screw up number 1. I overworked the yolks. The man on the tutorial video said to beat it for like 30 seconds. I think I beat it just way too much. And like there's no peaks, it's just slop. So here we go. I believe where I went wrong last time was I beat the egg whites too much. I used a whisk attachment, and we kept on whisking and whisking and whisking, and it was just overbeat. So I'm going to be very precise. I have a timer set for 40 seconds, and I will beat the whites for 40 seconds only. All right, now it's time for the gradual addition of the sugar. Okay, now it is time for the test. If I pull up and those peaks stay permanent, just like that, it is perfect. The peaks are so stiff, in fact, you can turn the bowl upside down and it will not fall out. We got it. Okay. Gel food coloring is best for macaroons because it gives more of a vibrant color. I don't feel like measuring, so you gotta use the feeling, and that's probably enough. My first feeling or instinct about how much should go in there was wrong. So we found out that decorating gel is not food coloring gel. So this is food coloring gel, my loving husband went to the store for after we figured out that decorating gel is supposed to like decorate cupcakes. Let's try this again. Now it is time for the macaronage process. This is where we gently, keyword gently, fold the dry ingredients with the wet ingredients. I've been told that we're supposed to gently fold until I get a textured ribbon feel. Some people even count the number of folds that they do. Others swear by just finding the right consistency. So that's what I'm going to do. So the true indicator to know if the batter is ready is to take a large spoonful and do the outline of a figure 8. And that was successful, so it's ready to go in a bag. So the next step is to put the batter in a piping bag. I have this little trick for keeping the piping bag open, and that is to put it inside a cup so that it just makes it for easy handling, which you'll see in just a second. We're going to put them, make 1-inch little circles and give them about 1 inch of space. So if we just hit the pan or drop the pan down, it eliminates the air bubbles that are within the batter. Now we have to wait an entire hour to let the batter settle. All right, now it is time for our perfectly round dollops of macaroon to go into the oven at 280 degrees Fahrenheit. Our oven is missing a handle, so we manage. Okay, now it's time for the fun part, making the creamy filling. So we start with half a stick of butter, softened. And we make it nice and fluffy. It was really quick because my butter was very soft. And then we put in 3/4 cup of powdered sugar, pinch of salt, our lovely strawberry, it's dried strawberry powder. So basically smushed up dried strawberries. And half a teaspoon of vanilla, half a teaspoon of milk. Beautiful color. And look at the macarons in the oven. As you can see, they are turning out perfectly. I know it took a few repeats on various steps, but right now I am very confident in our outcome. All right, this is the most exciting part. Taking them fresh out of the oven. Oh, look at this, they're perfect. Dun, dun. I think I can be a French pastry chef. I'm filling the piping bag with the icing filling that'll be sandwiched in between the cookies. Now we will pipe little dollops onto the base of the cookie. Just a little smaller than the cookie itself. Because once we sandwich the other cookie, it'll smush it down. In conclusion, this was a daunting task. I messed up various different times. I had the wrong food coloring. It took me 2 tries to get those stiff peaks. We had to wait several hours to wait for things to either set up or to cool or to soften. It was challenging and it took a lot of patience. But at the end of the day, I can say I successfully made a macaroon. Continue watching the Bucket List Lives for more daunting tasks off our bucket list. Now for the truth test.
How does it taste?
It's chewy.
Chewy.
Not
Is it crunchy on the outside?
It's not as fluffy as Miss Bailey's. The strawberry filling is spot on and good.